During the game, Draymond Green and a fan had a verbal altercation which caused the fan to be ejected. The fan said, "Draymond, you don't have a pass anymore here in Milwaukee." Meaning, it won't be safe for him if he went outside. That is why Draymond Green was asking what pass. Now, this entire thing is in relation to Draymond Green punching out his teammate, Jordan Poole, earlier on in training camp. Jordan Poole is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he went to Rufus King High School.
A fan was thrown out of the Warriors versus the Bucks game Tuesday night after exchanging words with Draymond Green as Giannis lined up for 2 free throws with 6:30 left in the third of an eventual 128-111 Bucks win. A fan with baseline courtside seats heckled Green, and here's Draymond on that incident.
What did they say to you?
Some threatening stuff to my life. So, I was this close to really going back and like diving all the way in, but kind of just went back and told the official. And when I told the official what he said, he's like, "Oh, he got to get out of here." And he got to get out of here.
Go to an NBA game, there's a little card that is placed on all of the seats at courtside, which instructs the people who sit courtside and pay those huge prices what they are expected of in terms of conduct. This has been the case for years in the NBA. Everybody knows it. I would say to Draymond Green, who, by the way, was fined like 7 or 8 days ago, 25 grand for interacting with a courtside fan. Don't interact with courtside fans. But guess what? Draymond Green's going to do what he wants. He also, maybe he thinks it helps him get more involved in the game. And Giannis is at the line. He's got 30 seconds. He's killing time, apparently. But you have to, at the end of the day, you have to protect the players. And you're always going to err on the side of protecting the players. I think Draymond could keep himself out of these types of situations, but there's been many things over the course of his career where that could be true, and he has gone ahead and done it his own way. And so this is probably going to keep happening off and on in the NBA. We see a handful of things like this every year, but for the most part, everybody gets along and is behaved. There's only these rare occasions where it's a thing, and hopefully it's not something that's too serious.
Well, that's why I would challenge you, Wendy, with all due respect on what you're saying right now in this respect. Draymond Green has been in the league for a decade. When has he had a player removed? A fan removed, I'm sorry. When does that happen? I saw LeBron James have a couple of fans removed in Atlanta last season, I think, if I remember correctly. When has he ever done that in his career? There are times where there is excessive behavior on the part of fans. And what we need to do, instead of stepping back and looking at the player, why not look at what got the player to the point where he wanted somebody ejected? What did they say? Because I've been in arenas my entire career. And some of the things that are said, and Russell Westbrook said this one time, and he was absolutely right. He said he's not going to take any mess because he can't stand people that would say stuff, right? But you would never do that face to face in the streets. You do it because you believe you're insulated because you're at an arena, you're in a public, a public event. You know there's security around. You know these players can't come at you. Why you think that they had to restrain Russell Westbrook when the people threw the popcorn on them and stuff like that? There's certain stuff that you don't do. Now, what did Draymond Green say? Draymond Green said, the dude threatened me. He said something threatening. Now, in LeBron James' case, it might have been somebody. I mean, in the past, you had people. I was at an arena in Indy years ago when I heard the racial epithets thrown at Allen Iverson. I'm not saying most fans in Indianapolis did that because they're fantastic and it's a great sports venue. But that particular fan did do that to Allen Iverson. I heard it with my own ears. I was standing right there, okay? Years later, when you see Russell Westbrook, when you see LeBron James and others, listen, I don't think about them when it gets to that point. I'm like, what did you say? If you're the fan in Utah and you said something to Russell Westbrook and Russell Westbrook said, "Oh, my kids, I'm telling you right now, blah, blah, blah." Well, what you say to him? That's all I'm trying to say. Because you can't tell me the players are instigating something with you. You did it with them. And they know they got to take it because you're going into hostile confines. They expect that. So why in God's name would they get to a point where they have to have you removed. You know why? It's because they really, really want to do something to you, and they know that they can't. So that's their recourse. Why would they want to do something to you if you're doing what every fan does? You know why? Because there are some fans who want to stand out above the crowd, and they want to make sure they affect you in a way the typical fan does not. And that leads to them going beyond the pale to say and do stuff they shouldn't say and do.
Hard to believe these fans go to these arenas and say these kind of things. Now, listen, Draymond Green, the average fan would say, well, he brings a lot of this on himself. When walking out of Memphis last year in that playoff game, everything else, when he flipped everybody.
He didn't ask for anybody to be ejected from that game.
No, he didn't. And you have to behave yourself. Just go to the arena. The game's almost over anyway. Go to the arena. 30 seconds to go, right? Go to the arena. Sit there. You got that great seat. And don't get nasty. Why do you can boo, you can yell, you can do anything you want. But why does the fan have to get nasty? Why do you have to cross the line? Are we at the point now in fandom that you can't go to the arena and just go there you can't take your kids because you're worried about language?
You know that from your radio show, the people that call and some of the things they say.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, everybody wants everybody. But in a radio show, they're hiding behind their little accounts and their anonymity on the phone. Here, I mean, he's trying to make a name for himself. Just shut up and get out of the arena and wait for the game to end. Now, the problem with it is that Green is a guy that sometimes brings some of this. And by the way, his top 5 list of all-time players was a joke. Did you see that? He didn't have Kareem on it?
Yeah, right. That's ridiculous.
How do you not have Kareem on it?
Right.
As I go all over the place.
Gotcha.
And no Bird. But anyway, I'm going to blame the fan in this situation. But you don't laugh on Bird. Wendy, the fans at fault.
Bird is not a top 5 player.
Oh, yes, he is.
Larry Bird is not a top 5 player
you're
of all
crazy.
time.
Don't get me started on that.
Not.
Oh, yes, he
It's
is.
actually Greeny.
He's not.
No, he
It's
said
anonymity, Greeny.
Yeah. Brian, you're 100% right. Fans should shut up. And you're wrong about Bird. There's no question.
He's not
LeBron,
top 5.
Jordan.
He's great.
Magic.
Not top 5.
Oh, yes, he is.
Not top 5. Go ahead, Wendy.
I don't know how we got
I'll
here.
tell you, Larry Bird's top 5 in trash talk, and Draymond would probably be right up there with him. And
That's
that's
a
top
good
5
point.
list.
Bird
we
was
could
into
agree
that.
on.
Yes, he was.
Listen, when you get Dr. J. Julius Irvin to want to punch you in the
fight.
face, that's something else. I mean, Dr. J was the ultimate gentleman, and he punched Larry Bird in the face.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. Let's talk about Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors, who were visiting the Milwaukee Bucks last night. Bucks beat them, and the main story is, what did the fans say to Draymond Green? So, at the free throw line, Giannis was taking a shot, and a fan yelled out something to Draymond Green. And they went back and forth, and Dre went to the ref and was like, okay, well, this guy said this. The ref got that fan ejected, and you saw the clip where Draymond Green said to Steph what the fan said to him, and Steph's reaction was priceless, right? So, what was revealed? Now, the fact that, in case you guys haven't followed NBA or my channel kind of thing, what was said was Jordan Poole, as you recall, got punched out by Draymond Green. Now, Jordan Poole is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He went to Rufus King Secondary High School, junior high. Now, what was said was, because of that incident, the fan said, you don't have a pass anymore. So you can take that 2 different ways, right? You can take it as in, Draymond Green, you're a has-been, whatever. You can't pass anymore. You can't assist anymore. Or you could take it as, Draymond Green, you don't have a pass anymore. Meaning, when you come into this city, you don't have a pass anymore. That we'll see you outside, kind of thing, right? So that is kind of threatening his life. And for the fan to say that, it's kind of uncalled for. If he meant it that way, that's pretty stupid. I know you're sticking up for your boy who was born in the same state as you, but at the end of the day, that shouldn't be allowed to be said, right? A lot of fans say a lot of things that crossed the line. Then again, a lot of fans don't say anything and respect the game, and that's cool. But if the fan meant it this way, you do not have a pass anymore, as in I'm threatening your life. That's not cool. Obviously, Draymond Green had it, was in every single right to do what he did, to have that fan ejected. But that is what was said. You don't have a pass anymore. So, if he meant it that way, that's like, hey, you don't have a pass anymore. I'll see you outside, kind of thing. And whether it's like violent altercation or verbal altercation, something's gonna happen. That is what that kind of means. And Draymond Green took it that way, and he basically said, "This guy is threatening my life." Right? And what he said to Steph's reaction was priceless, right? So Steph took it not the wrong way, took it that way too, as in, hey, this guy is threatening my life. So at the end of the day, that is what was said to Draymond Green. This all is in relation to Jordan Poole's incident with Draymond Green getting punched out by Draymond Green. This fan obviously is about Jordan Poole, the incident, what happened, how he got punched out. Jordan Poole is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and basically saying, you don't have a pass anymore. You knocked out my boy, and now basically we're gonna see what comes next. That's what he meant. And Draymond Green, who was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, obviously last night, probably had security guards follow him out of the arena. It's you got to take it from the player's perspective. If somebody says that to you, and you're in their hometown, you're in their hood, what are you gonna do, right? Like, that's like anybody has experienced that one, right? At some point in their lives, they stepped into an uncomfortable environment where they're clearly outnumbered, and the other crew doesn't like them or something like that. That's obviously happened at some point in your life, and that makes you feel uncomfortable. And that is what Draymond Green felt, and that's why that fan got ejected. So leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me if that fan was to get ejected, if that was the right thing to do. Leave a comment in the comment section. Again, this is Jag from Jaggy Sports.